Hi. Little higher. Woo. No, not too high. Um, this is part two on that phone call shit. Um, and the sheep stuff, and the sleep stuff. No more excuses for people. Don't call them sheep. They're human. They have minds. They have souls. Don't call them asleep. They're awake. They're making their decision. Gotta quit. Stop it. God's watching all of us. There's people that believe there's a Satan, but then they say there's no God, and there's people that believe in God, but they think there's no Satan, you know, and there's people that believe in either, but they can't tell me how that eyeball got in their head, where that material came from, what it's made out of, who made it. They delve no further into thinking about it, who made me, why am I here, than beyond, oh, this cigarette. Yeah, there you go. Got my cigarette, so I'm like good to go. I don't have to think that anybody's watching me poison my lungs. But then I do purge myself, and I am aerobic, and I detox daily. So, um, and baking soda is a good natural detox, even though I've got a different one too with the chloride. It's a natural chloride. So, you can look into that too. So, uh, yeah, you guys, narcissistic habits are kind of easy to fall into. And when you start feeling the poor me thing, kind of, you want to lash out. And that's really understandable. I'm probably like somebody that will really understand that for you and with you. Um, oh, I sort of fell into it till I was about 12. I wouldn't call myself a bully. I was more, could never stand and still can't stand people that pick on other people. So I'd use those mean people for an excuse to do something about it. But I'm not really looking for it like that, never really have been. Not out of fear, just out of honor, you know. Um, like, not a martial artist honor, but godly honor. And how I feel in my own soul, never wanting to lay hands on anybody or hurt anybody or say a bad word to you. I mean, I won't even make a joke that hurts because jokes don't hurt, or at least they're not supposed to because they're supposed to make you laugh. That's a narcissist trick too. They'll tell you a joke, and right now I want to God bless your day. I apologize for getting cut off. I went in all my files and I got rid of everything I could possibly get rid of in there. If you guys have any tips, I just got a little old cheapo phone right now. But if you have any tips on how to extend that, because one time crazy, I got like that 30-minute video or something, or 48 minutes. It's like, whoa, grace of God today. And but that was pretty cool. So if I get cut off and it seems like just at the opportune time I'm talking about my son's eyes, they're dark, really dark, like this, and it goes, phew. And I was gonna say like whoppers. They look like, and he had red hair, has red hair, but it was like orange when he was little. So he had these big brown eyes with orange hair. He looked like a pumpkin, a jack-o'-lantern. And they forgot him in my room all night instead of coming to get him. All, both my births were um, nightmares in different ways, and totally planned by Masonic stuff. And everything I've done in my life has been excruciating in one way or another. But think what you like. I'm sure your lives are hard. I'm sure they are. And, well, as a matter of fact, if you actually do have God in your heart? I know they are. You know, it's when you're a sellout that everything goes okay. And how do people get on like recommended videos and different things, you know? How do you get on like the front page of shit to get your messages out there? You know, I know some of them you're like all really big and everything, and you probably won't be watching me anyway. Maybe. I think there might be one person that cares like that. It's a little bigger, but still down to earth, perhaps. You know, because that's why I'm Scrub, Miss Scrub. I ain't trying to be nobody, and I don't care. And I know I'm beautiful. That's a fact. So, well, I got confidence in everything I do. You know, that's just the way I am. And I think everybody's beautiful. I really do. But when you start expressing yourself in a way that's God tells me no, and I know He's telling you no, then you're but ugly right then. You may be able to gain your beauty back, but in my eyes, you just turned into a monster and you look ugly, very ugly. And that is not coming in God's house. He said to me, tell him you ain't coming in my house. Okay, there you go. That's how he feels. And so whenever you may slip and say something mean to another person, maybe you've been around a lot of narcissists and it's you're in the depths of it right now, like I am. And you have to communicate with other people in a manner that's not damaging. Uh, you have to think ahead before you speak. You got to think before you speak. If um, uh, choose your words wisely, like I do. If I go I'm not thinking of a lie. I'm thinking of the best way to express myself with God in my heart, to show you something that might help you in the same situation is all I'm doing. And that's a fact, you know. Uh, uh, why my human nature is saying, tell them you'll like bite their throat out of their neck, and I'm like, I got God in my heart. I can't say that. Okay, so uh, yeah, we all have Satan inside us, a certain amount. It is the two wolves, or you know what you're gonna feed. I don't feed anger, and even in a fight, um, my feelings are hurt. If I start crying, is when I get, you know, people think, oh, I see red and everything. No, I feel like crying, and then it makes me want to hurt you. You know, that's a natural instinct. It really is. Uh, and that's what they want out of us, and they say they can absorb our energy, but it isn't like that at all. That's bullshit, too. If I get angry at you, you aren't taking my energy. I may have expended some on you, but it's still mine, and with my adrenaline, all you did was pump my adrenaline. Yay! You know? So, you aren't hurting me, you're hurting yourself. And God is watching us when we're stupid. You know? He really is. So, you know, just before you pick up that phone or you go to say something to somebody, male, female, and you know, right now I'll dress a lot of men out here. Whenever you forethink of something cruel to say to your wife, who has more gentle thoughts typically, unless you draw that bad out of her, you're bringing hell forth in a way that you can't handle. That's something that God strictly forbids, that you lead a woman or a child wrong. And there is a special place for parents that lead children wrong. So being an example of trash in any extreme when God tells you no, and that's in front of your kid. Now, it's not like you can't screw up and go back and say, hey, um, geez, mom was just stupid there. Let me do this over here, kid, you know, and confront the situation right then and there. And I believe too that there's a time like my own bad dad tried to make amends with me and stuff. And, you know, when you get closer to dying, you think about, that's when you think about God. Uh, unless you're being used in some aspect and you're aware and have been aware forever, you know. But I believe everybody's born aware, and the more you shut that door from when he says, don't say that mean thing, well, you barely heard it because your door was really closed, you know. The more you open your door, you're going to hear, don't say that mean thing, and you'll say, okay, I won't. Or if somebody irritated you, right, how'd they irritate you, you know? If I pissed you off, tell me how. Maybe I did it on purpose. Never know. Not narcissistically so, but as a teaching tool, I'll piss you off. Sure will. I lost a lot of friends by pissing them off, and then they came back and they were closer friends than ever before. And that's just the way it is. It's actually been my whole life. Even my own parents, I knew what was right and wrong. I knew when they were thinking bad thoughts, and I knew when they were lusting after other people and all that crap, and they disgusted me. And they knew it disgusted me. So grow up around that. See, I mean, be a true warrior from day one, and have that look on your face like, you know, I can't believe it. If I ever had somebody actually love me and I would never betray them, what are these people doing? You know, it's like, wow, there is some kind of weird game that I don't want anything to do with. I don't want anything to do with you trolls and narcissists. I'm telling you right up, I'm going to swear at you. If I'm around you, I'm not going to act any different than I act right here. I don't care about that shit. I'm not. I can be Miss Press if you want to behave yourself like a human being, and if you don't, I'll turn animal on you. I don't care at that point. You opened up, as they say, that can of worms. So, like if I saw you on the street and you treated me bad, I would say in a very loud voice, and my voice carries very well, believe me, at octaves that are unimaginable. So, and I would yell across the store or the parking lot, there's that thing that acted like a whatever, and I probably wouldn't even swear. It'd probably just sound funny. Or there's that cashier that treats everybody like shit when they go into that store. Or there was a woman humping on a dude's leg in public one time at a car show, and I said, rude, crude, and lewd, and I'm out of here. You people are sluts. In front of everybody, you know. And that's just like straight up how I am, you know. So, a little more about myself there for you. How you like that? How you like those apples? I'm different, and I know I'm different. That's why I'm an example. And that's why Satan makes an example out of me, too. He wants to shut me the hell up. Always try. I'm meaner. The meanest thing you ever see in the world is a mother. A real mother. Oh, I've been called that too. Somebody called me a MFer. Thank you, dude. Or, I really don't know who you are. I wish you guys would get on here and say, this is my name and I'm watching you. I mean, a couple I know your names, and I guess you don't want people to know who you are, and I'm sorry for that too. Everybody all over the internet with these little jacked up names call for a whatever and whatever this and that and the next thing. I mean, there's one guy, Naughty Beaver. I know his symbolization of the beaver and mental illness and that type of thing, which I don't believe in mental illness unless it stems from a physical thing and or a very evil thing. So mm, there is no mental illness. What it is either Satan talking to you, or if it's another human being you're hearing in your mind's eye. If you think it's schizophrenia, it's not. You know, it's all demons or God. I mean, that's all that's in your head. And that's a message from God right there. Because there is somebody that I really, really care about, a young man that has been attacked all his life for having a good heart and lost his family because of it. Because the lack of understanding on both their parts and parents not teaching